Mr. Bae Min Ching.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. So I have two main areas of contention. Firstly, that on the notion of academic elitism. Secondly, that on the notion of the improving the quality of our teachers. Now, so on my first area of contention, which is on the notion of academic elitism. Earlier on, a government MP has already stated that the idea of independent schools will always be more equipped than neighborhood schools, simply because of alumni and other affiliations, rather than a disproportionate portion of money distribution through the Ministry of Education. And ladies and gentlemen, members of the House, the clarification that I want to make is that, yes, we do understand that independent schools will always be richer than neighborhood schools, but what we are trying to say is that we can still bridge the gap to the point that so that we can try to reach that equality of opportunity that the Minister of Education spoke for. Therefore, I stand by my recommendation on further funding of government schools. Secondly, ladies and gentlemen, what the Minister for Education has basically called for an increase of teachers within the workforce. However, ladies and gentlemen, what we are trying to say is that instead of just focusing on the quantity of teachers, we should also focus on improving the quality of teachers as well. Just because you're taught by one incompetent teacher, being taught by two incompetent teachers doesn't make any difference. So therefore, members of the House, what we are saying is that that let's invest in both quality and quantity of teachers. Let's invest money in NIE, increase the number of NIE training opportunities for teachers, improve the facilities of NIE. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Are there any members wishing to speak? Shadow Minister for Home Affairs.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Speaker. Just to seek clarification on the point by the Minister of Education. So, as I understand that the Honourable Minister is trying to expand the scheme of allied educators. So, is the Honourable Minister simply shifting the job burden of today's education system, which is currently on the teachers, to just some other groups? So, is the stress going to be transferred on the allied educators? How about a relook into the education system? And also, the Minister of Education has mentioned that the Honourable Member would like to recruit more teachers. So can I ask, how is the Honourable Member going to do that? Because according to the Finance Minister, Singapore economy has been at its lowest unemployment rate for Singaporeans and Singapore PR in the last 14 years. This is just what the Finance Minister said this morning. So how is it possible that more teachers can be recruited without lowering the level of proficiency that we expect of our teachers in our education system? Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Are there any members wishing to speak? Mr. Laurie.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. I actually have one point of contention with the supply bill proposed by the government. Mainly, right, although they focus channeling funds to different things like increasing the number of teachers, as well as increasing the special development, as well as the lifelong endowment fund, they have failed to realize that actually it is more of the quality of education provided in Singapore rather than the opportunities of education. As has been brought up before, equality of opportunities does not equal equality of outcome. So therefore, right, I would like to bring to the fact that many people around the world and critics have always observed that Singapore's education system is rather stifling because it does not encourage people to think out of the box. And even though there has been efforts to increase creative thinking, it cannot be denied that Singapore has a definite lack of inventors, innovators, and creative thinking, which is why there has been a few real industry players such as Steve Jobs inside the global market. So I would like to raise the point that even though they are creating the number of teachers, as following up my colleague's point about the quality of teachers, perhaps the teachers could be trained to perhaps teach in a more innovative way, such that people will learn and guide the students in a way so that they can achieve more creativity in their work and innovation in their work. So to increase the number of innovators and creative thinkers in our society, such that our society can progress in the 21st century. Thank you.
One last point or question. I'll take it from the government. Mr. Sebastian Ho.
Okay, in terms of the introduction of an increased number of allied educators, we seem to be thinking in a sense that we are increasing the quantity instead of the quality. But then please also take note that with the allied educators to actually facilitate the teachers in administrative measures, they will have more time to actually think of better ways and will be able to better concentrate their efforts and their resources into educating the students. In another sense, their educating methods will increase. Another thing is that are you saying that the ways the teachers are chosen are wrong from the start, and that the teachers chosen now are actually of a worse caliber than actuality? Another thing is that allied educators also will be able to suit the various different problems that different groups of students may face. Example, special needs students and international students. So in another sense, it also improves the quality of education, as we have enough manpower and resources to actually suit the very different needs of the very various different groups of students in Singapore. Thank you.
At this point, I will propose that we close debate on the issue of education and move on to the next issue area. Is there a motion to that effect? No. Anyone in support of the motion? No. We'll put this to a vote. That of the opinion say aye. Aye. To the contrary, no. No. Is there a motion for division? Aye. There's been a motion to divide the House. The committee will vote by roll call. Once I call out your name or your appointment, please indicate aye or no. Mr. Viran Ganesh. Aye. Mr. Sebastian Ho. Aye. Ms. Rachel Lee. Ms. C. Hui Wen. Aye. Mr. Sid Kaxiang Gary. Aye. Ms. Xia Jimmy. Mr. Ian Wee. Aye. Mr. Swastik Agor. Aye. Ms. Chua Jia-ying. Aye. Ms. Dennis Sophia Yo. Aye. Mr. Derek Pham. Ms. Janice Lim. Ms. Lau Jiaqi. Ms. Lee Zhibin Yovina. Aye. Ms. Lin Ximei. Mr. Lin Yuchen. Mr. Gabriel Lin. Aye. Ms. Gui Mei En Mei. Aye. Ms. Pei Li Jie. Aye. Ms. Liao Jun Li, sorry. Aye. Mr. Hamza Omar bin Yaakob. Aye. Mr. Ong Yun Xiang. Aye. Mr. Lee Jianwei Eric. Aye. Mr. Wesley Lin. Aye. Ms. Leong Hui Yin. Aye. Mr. Tan Wen Jian. Aye. Mr. Bernard Lim.
Aye.
Miss Ip Sing Lim.
Aye.
Mr. Ismail Faris bin Ismail.
Aye.
Minister of the Environment. The Minister of Information, Communication and Arts. Minister of National Development. Minister of Home Affairs. The Minister for Law. Minister of Foreign Affairs. Minister of Defense. Prime Minister. Minister of Finance. Minister of Manpower. Minister of Trade and Industry. Minister of Education. Minister of Health. Minister of Community Development, Youth and Sports. Shadow Environment Minister. Order! Order! Shadow Minister of Information. Shadow Minister of National Development. Shadow Minister of Home Affairs. Shadow Minister of Law. Shadow Minister of Foreign Affairs. Shadow Minister of Defense. Leader of Opposition.
No.
Shadow Finance Minister.
No.
Shadow Minister of Manpower. Shadow Minister of Trade and Industry. Shadow Minister of Education.
No.
Shadow Minister of Health.
No.
Shadow Minister of Community Development, Youth and Sports.
Nope.
Shadow Minister of Transport. No. Mr. Adam Muhammad Nabi bin. Now, Mr. Adam. Thank you. Order. Order. Mr. Ang Yi. Mr. Bram Singh. No. Miss Christine Wong. Mr. Christopher John Tan. No. Mr. Damon Tan. Mr. Earl Sun Xuan. No. Miss Park Xin Yue.
No.
Miss Kang Lian Yuan Zuri.
No.
Mr. Marcus Kong.
No.
Mr. Darrell Lee.
No.
Mr. Lee Yihe. Miss Liang Junyu. Mr. Lyndon Xiao. Miss Michelle Cheong. Na Survey. I have no idea.
No.
Thank you. Miss Ng Kim Lee.
No.
Miss Grace O. Mr. So Zi Hong. Miss Yasmin Wong.
No.
Mr. David Yo.
No.
Mr. Zhuang Hejin.
No.
Miss Melissa Tan. Miss Serene Tan. Miss Tan Si Hui. Miss Tok Heng Lem. Miss Wu Mei Ling. Miss Adil Yi. Miss Bei Min Ching. Mr. Bei Min Ching, sorry.
No.
Mr. Chu Wen Wei. Mr. Eugene Lim.
No.
Mr. Lauren Yi.
No.
Mr. Lee Chong Ming.
No.
Mr. Cherish Ma. Miss Cherish Ma, sorry.
No.
Mr. Ng Hong Kai.
No.
Mr. Nicholas Goh.
No.
Miss Christina Ong.
Yes.
Miss Regina Tun. Miss Sarah American.
No.
Order. Order. Ayes 40. Noes 39. The ayes have it. The ayes have it. Order. Yes, Chairman Mr. Manpower.
Motion to vote on the revote of the vote.
That will not be in order. 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 That will not be in order. The decision of the chair with regards to the ruling is final. The ayes have it, the ayes have it. We shall continue with the debate on education. Are there any members wishing to speak? Huh? I stand corrected. The debate on education has been closed. We should therefore move on to the next issue area, the supply bill, which is national development.
Motion to debate on the merits of not continue debating on education.
That will not be in order. The debate has already been closed. We shall move on to the next issue area, which is on national development. Are there any members wishing to speak?